It's Week 18 of the NFL.
And up next, we'll see Trey Benson.
He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Cardinals and the Niners.
And it's all up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they were losers their last time out. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And off we go on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and the production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Ritter from the gun. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken from just outside the 30. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their 6'4" QB from the University of Tennessee. It's Joshua Dobbs.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
On second down, here's the option. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's the former Seminole. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season. But if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 15. He can't get him down. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49ers offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. And he's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Dobbs. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Kittle's got his first catch, and it's also a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Well, same target, same result. It's Kittle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. McCaffrey following the penalty. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun, Dobbs. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Ritter now. Here's Higgins out on the right side. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Option left, and Ritter keeps it. And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Problems there on the option and a costly turnover.
Yeah, partner, you know how we watch practice sometimes and we see those drills where the quarterback's running with the football and they're swinging pads at him and the brooms are out and they're trying to poke at the football for ball security? I have a feeling next week there'll be an extra session of that each and every day.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Again, McCaffrey. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Dobbs. And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Juwan Jennings with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
On 1st down, it's Benson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ritter to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the... And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point try now for Moody. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this Niner defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Ritter will set up to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. A give up the middle with Benson. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals! Trey Benson with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have got it back to within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Niners offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. His throw incomplete. Remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. To throw is Dobbs. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Milton Williams able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Oh, eluding the tackle. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The Niners set to take over on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Now Dobbs gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Only able to gain a couple there, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. They juked him. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I think that's about as good a 3-yard run as you're going to see. And he actually did with a little bit of flair, didn't he?
Back to throw Dobbs. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Oh, boy, Christian McCaffrey shaken up, so hold everything here as they're going to take a look at him. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Connects with Kittle underneath, and he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Dobbs to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a yard.
Brings up second and 1 at the 13-yard line.
Back to the ground here. Mitchell. Oh, nice move. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Here's Guerrero. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Isaac Guerrero taking it in from a yard out. And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Back to throw, Ritter. A short one here, caught by McBride. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Working from the gun, Ritter. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. Here's Ritter. Open man here is Benson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run over center with Benson. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. The Cardinals at 8-8 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them, and I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for it with Benson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Going for it. Here's Benson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. That's to the right side. He's got Ryman. Pushes him over. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Holding offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty.
At the Niners' 36-yard line.
Ritter. He's got his tight end. That's Ryman. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. That pass completed to Dortch. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 10-yard line.
Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Ritter back to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A big loss there of about 7 yards on first and goal, so now it's second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Dobbs to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Cardinals offense and running back Trey Benson headed back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Ritter from the gun. Got his man. It's Dortch. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Ritter now. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter. A short one here, caught by McBride. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play before the half. Here's Ritter. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. A big play there as time expires in the first half. And the Cardinals get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play, and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Extra point good by Prater, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
All right,
So we
Brandon,
have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here is Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. The Panthers had too much talent to finish where they did, as a Week 18 victory can only up their final mark to 7-10 on the year. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Jahmyr Gibbs, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. The Eagles showed flashes this year, but ultimately they were doomed by too many mistakes, though a victory there will end their season at 8-9. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half, because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This is Jennings. He's got room at the 30, and he gets this one down to the 24. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing here, Dobbs. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Dobbs is throwing. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
A handoff running right, Garendo.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
It's interesting where we are in the game now. The analytics folks, they might tell you to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game. But you have to wonder if emotionally they're thinking, let's go for the touchdown and try and slam the door.
Jake Moody now on for the field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good.
And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Cardinals offense and Desmond Ridder headed back onto the field. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Ridder will set up to throw it. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken in at the 22. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Out of the gun, Dobbs.
That is caught.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8.
Now Dobbs. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
After the sack, you could understand it maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish, but he looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that 1st down in the process.
1st down, here's Mitchell.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Another run with Mitchell. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 54 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Try the right side with Mitchell.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Holding. Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On play action, it's Dobbs.
This caught by Latu, the tight end.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Back to throw Dobbs. And his throw is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his 1st drop, his 2nd drop of the game. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
For the 49ers field goal, a 35-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a second and short.
At their 49-yard line.
On play action, here's Ritter. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A give. Here comes Benson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. They'll roll him out right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Drake Jackson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd down and 6. Going play action. Ritter. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Prater's kick is good, and that gets him back within 10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Niners offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. That's caught out right by Jennings. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's Dobbs to throw. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field.
Holding. Offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They run over center with Mitchell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 68 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here, because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. To the 43, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Dobbs. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Fight. Ritter has it knocked down. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
San Francisco's offense returns to the field, and they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Effort play from B.J. Ojulari to drop him for a loss. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now Dobbs. And his throw here's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. So here we go. It's Jake Moody now in a big spot. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
The offense on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Running out of the gun here with Benson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is taken at about the 14. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, 49ers.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And taken down just shy of the 40. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
San Francisco.
In motion right, Debo. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. The drive will begin with a run by Ben. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
It's not exactly round and round we go, but I'm looking at the poor defenses. All right, back-to-back possessions. The ball's turned over.
Back-to-back plays.
I mean, just that quickly, and you think you're going to the bench to get a little break, and all of a sudden you're hearing sudden change. Get back out there, grabbing your helmets and running back out on the field. I don't think it's.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Ritter back to throw. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
To the sideline and incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Now 2nd and 3. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Here's 3rd and 3. In motion left goes a tight end. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. To throw is Dobbs. He shakes him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Back to throw, Ritter. And this is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
4th down, big play. Here's Ritter. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Here's Dobbs to throw. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. He's got room to roam. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Niners look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down? We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. They'll try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone, but there is a flag down. This one may be coming back. Now the 49ers electing to leave the offense out there and go for 2. They're going to try and run here. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. It's not that often you see a 2-point try from that distance, and of course, it's not that often that it's successful, and it wasn't there.
And who added all this thinking to the game, right? Because now you've got so much extra to consider. The penalty happens. Do you go for 2 from that spot now after the penalty? Or do you say, we're going to kick it, which means they have to administer the penalty from the 20,
you would have been
from the
pushed
15.
back
Now you're back further. Can you make that one? It's a lot of extra stuff on what used to be a routine play.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Got his man, it's Dortch. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it
Out of the gun, here's Ritter. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A throw to the flat for Carter. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with the passing game. Here's Ritter again. Eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Ritter. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Working from the gun, Ritter. He's got McBride here over the middle. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Ritter to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 3.
Gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To the air again, it's Ritter. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. That is incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. So now out comes this offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 8.
At the 17-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. 55 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st.
Buda Baker on the tackle. A gain of 7.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the 49ers,
they conclude the regular season with a final record of 11-6.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals,
they wanted desperately to finish above 500, but that will not happen, as it is an 8-9 season in the end.
And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.